talk at a time for real conversations with people and businesses around the block. Today, I'm fortunate to have my guest, Miss Cllita Ceran. Did I pronounce it right?
You almost
was I
got
close?
it right. You
Come
were
on.
close.
Yeah, okay.
Cllita Ceran.
Cllita Ceran.
You
right?
tried. You
I
got
tried.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, you
okay.
did.
From Eye Candy Collection. How you doing
Correct.
today, my dear sister?
Hello, I'm fine. I'm still good to be here.
Good.
Glad to be in the building.
Good. So I like to usually start the show by allowing my guests to say a little bit about themselves, about their background, where you from, you know.
I'm from Richmond Heights. I'm from right here in Miami-Dade County. I was born and raised exit 16, Richmond Heights, and I live in the Homestead area. So
Okay.
I'm right around. I'm from around the way.
So you've been in that area pretty much all your life?
I've been in Homestead for the past 10 years. So it's kind of like my new home.
Okay.
But I was raised
off of exit 16?
Yeah.
Is that the Ghouls area?
Richmond Heights is more
no,
like...
I'm saying, so exit 16, is that?
Richmond Heights. That's the right by Metro Zoo.
By Metro Zoo.
They call that the Beverly Hills of the hood.
Okay.
Because you know that community was built from the veterans. My grandparents was like the first people that was established in that neighborhood area? Back in the 1979 or something like that, when they moved in Richmond Heights. And we were born and raised there. So we migrated off like after Hurricane Andrew. My family lost our house. We ended up going to Ghouls. So I kind of lived in different communities from Ghouls to Richmond Heights to like Ceran. But as I got an adulthood, I migrated to Homestead. So
all your life you've been down south.
Down south.
So you know up north, when we want to go down south, we call y'all the country. Well, we used to call it the country.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say we're in the boondocks.
And people down south, when they come up north, they say, I'm going to Miami.
We're going to the city. My dad
like it's a different place or something, like you going out of town or something.
It feel like that, though.
It feel like it, right? Because of the ride, right?
I see the dynamics from south to north, especially when it comes to being business. Everybody say business is better north. And I want to, break that stigma. That's why I'm developing the platform that I am, that I would like to talk more about today, the Miami Mega Fashion Expo, is to uplift the South End, because I feel like a lot of the resources and the connections are here in North Miami. And I feel like we need to bring more South to bring exposure. We should be able to access more opportunities in our back door instead of have to travel up north.
So, but would you agree, probably in the last 20 years, there's been a lot of more development down there than normally was, right? You can see it growing a lot, right?
I see it growing, and I think like what brings great things to the community is areas of void where I do see things that can improve.
So it's some voice areas that probably not getting the attention that it should.
Yeah.
That's what you think?
As a small business owner, I feel like the food community and more established brick and mortar businesses access the resources and the things, but when you're developing like designer, entrepreneur, and fashion, it's hard to shoot your dreams and tell them to fund it. It's just more difficult. You got to start from the bottom. Just back in like 2007, when I graduated high school, Miami-Dade wasn't even offering fashion programs. You had to come north to the Art Institute and other schools that are typically this way. Even the fashion program isn't offered at the Homestead campus.
Right.
It's offered only at Wolfenson. So that was a lot of the struggles just coming up, trying to find resources and helps to develop my particular field that I've been in.
So tell us a little bit about Eye Candy Collection. When did it start, and what motivated you to want to start the company?
Well, like I say, it was a dream. Fashion has always been like a passion of mine since like high school, since I can remember. I think it's something like just growing up without, and you always
curious about it.
When you don't have the flies, clothes, and the gear, and you're not a freshest, that's something that you get pointed out, teased on. So it's like when I get my own, I'm on my own.
What you gonna do, right?
I look top notch, my best, and that's just a part of just coming up in poverty and a struggle. But then, like growing up, I'm like, I don't want to go in fashion. I want to do fashion. My disability kind of hindered me wanting to explore design with clothing, so I kind of gravitated more to styling. And then as what inspired the vision of Eye Candy Collection was just going through the struggle, almost experiencing homelessness with my kids, and living in a community down in Homestead where I was the candy lady. I was a candy lady for like 9, 10 years in the neighborhood, trying to make ends meet, selling
So,
food
you
and
know,
stuff.
a lot of people don't know, and I'm sure a lot of people that's going to watch this don't know what the candy lady is. What you mean when you say the candy lady?
The candy lady, that's the name the community kids will
Right,
call you because you got all the candy and the goods and the
right.
snacks. So I was like a one-stop shop. I sold everything for a cheap, affordable price in the local convenience store. It made it accessible for the kids, so they didn't have to walk across the highway. I saw area void. Oh, the store closed. The kids can't get across the highway.
Mm-hmm.
It's money, and I set up shop, and I did it for 10 years. I literally survived and paid my bills and
Doing
things
that?
like that. Doing that.
Mm.
God blessed me in other ways, but that was like my start of entrepreneurship, and it didn't start there. I did that like back when I first got out of high school, just working at Macy's, Victoria's Secret, different stores, and like recession came, and they let a lot of people go when I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter, and in fashion school in 2008, and I had to think of a plan. And then my kid's father was like, my grandma be selling candy. She the candy lady. Let's start doing that. Is money there? So it started there. And then I went through like a domestic violence relationship and broke up. Went through almost facing homelessness, getting back on my feet in like 2011 from having my daughters dropping out of college, and then just rebuilding myself. And got in the community and I started to shop up again, and I called this Cllita's Knickknacks and Snacks. But of course, the kids called me the Candy Lady.
They're going to always call you that, no matter what
No
name
matter
you
what,
get.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
the Candy Lady.
yeah.
So they started calling me the Candy Lady, and I just remember feeling discouraged. Like, this is not the area I wanted to be in. Even though I see this is it's business there. You could be a food truck, turn into an ice cream shop. I saw the potential of going into the field of food, but I'm like, fashion is my passion. So that's when one day God gave me the name first, and I didn't know what it was gonna be. It was like Eye Candy Collection. I started looking it up, like nobody has it. I was looking at different logos, like how can I brand and market it? Is it marketable? And I told my sister the vision, and we started. Like she was like, she said, I think you should sell sunglasses, because growing up we always put on shades, whatever. When we're going through little things, shades was covered. Different emotions you could hide behind your sunglasses.
Yeah.
So it was a trend we always was in. She was like, let's do sunglasses. So she started looking for vendors and helped me order my inventory. And she just believed in the vision off rip. I told it to her. Everything I used to tell my sister. She was my number one supporter.
So you started off in that eye candy collection with selling shades?
So, yeah, it started like I feel like the vision birthed from selling food,
Right.
but
From
it
being a
started
candy
selling
lady, then
candies.
it grew into
selling
to shades.
Yeah, so that's what the vision was originally birthed off of. I see in the near future me adding more apparel and clothing, but right now my primary fashion is retail and fashion frames. And yeah, so that's what it started. And me and my sister started together. I did my first photo shoot like right at the peak of COVID, like maybe 2021. And then my sister passed away during COVID. So me and her were like customizing the shades. I wanted to do something different. I'm like, people are just wearing regular shades. I want mine to look bling, glam. And so we started ordering them and designing them. And she was like the designer. And so I remember just starting to challenge myself to see if I can design myself. Went over to tell my sister I did a pair of frames. I wanted to show her my frames. And her husband's like, she's at the hospital. She just keep coughing. I think she got COVID. Looked up, I ain't see my sister for 30 days, and then she died. So like,
so you weren't able to go and see her in the hospital?
Couldn't. It was
Yeah,
the peak
because
of
the
it, where they
peak
wouldn't
of
let
it.
nobody in. And
That was sad.
Yeah.
It was so many people had loved ones in the hospital. I remember watching on TV where some people were standing outside the hospital trying to wave at their loved ones through the window because they couldn't go in there. You know,
It was definitely the hard hit. So, but she was my strength, and I just felt like it's my duty to
continue
don't give up. And I've been going hard. And like when she died, I started getting like visions and ideas. I'm like, God, give me a strategy. Like I just can't hustle, keep hustling and selling sunglasses from my trunk. I'm like, I got dreams for the next level. So God was like, like just giving me ideas. And I was like, how can I, because I see other people doing vendor events, and I feel like the food trucks and food gets more exposure. I was like, I don't want to be out there in the heat with my frames. How can I get in the runway fashion shows? And you look at the prices, they're really expensive.
Yeah. So to be a vendor in those, it costs a lot, huh?
Yeah, it's very expensive. And then most of them are held in Miami.
Yeah.
and Wynwood. And so I just started doing my research, like what's the next level? How can I get into big department stores, Macy's? How can I get the exposure? And so as I was doing my research, like I came up with an idea, like if I can't get in their doors, I'm
Right.
gonna build my own
Create
door
your own doors.
and build my own table. And so I came up with the idea of the Miami Mega Fashion Expo. And I was like, I want to do my own fashion show, but I'm like, not a big brand yet. I was like, you know what? It's other brands like myself that's looking for support, leverage, exposure, like need mentorship to get from the bridge of street
Right,
level,
from street level to the next level. Yeah.
Corporate.
So you know what a lot of small vendors do starting off, they build some relationship with smaller business owners. And maybe you might want to start seeing if some of the companies, businesses, and down south first will allow you to set up a little eyeglass shelf, display shelf.
I've done that.
Right? You done that?
Yeah, I have my stuff in like 3 different spots. A barber shop, a hairdresser allowed me. We did in-kind service where like I would go and help her with her books and things that she wasn't educated on. I just didn't have the time to do. And she allowed me to display my merchandise in her shop. So that gained a lot of exposure. I learned profit and loss.
Okay.
Okay, get a key for your stuff. Because if they can't
get
watch
a key,
it.
Right. Yeah.
What I took from that, okay, they like my shades. They taking them in, buying them.
Okay. So maybe if you get the inventory, you can leave them there and they will give you your money as they sell them.
And that's
that way it ain't giving them, they don't have to put no money up front.
I did that too.
You did that? Okay, tell me about that.
With the gas station by my house, he has a display set. So when I go in stores, I'm like, how is they getting a brand in there? I've been looking at like, Circle K, 7-Eleven, different things. And it's a tedious process. I've been studying it, but then I was like, okay, let me check out my private owners, the Chevrons, who's ordering their merchandise from my vendors. And I went in there, and the guy, he'll buy my bulk orders, just buy them off from me. So I probably put it like, if I'm getting those shades for like $5 wholesale, I say $7. Just as long as I get my inventory out, and it's about getting my brand name out
people
there.
know your name, right?
And so he shops and buys for me, and I do that often. I haven't been going to him lately because I'm holding my inventory off for my event. But I have explored all those options. So yeah, and he buys them. And it avoids him from ordering, because when you do order overseas, you have to pay a lot of shipping and other stuff. So he take my deal real quick. And I come in there with the
because it's saving the money too.
Yeah, and he buys them from me.
So what I like to do is I always like to have the person who's sharing the information about their business. If you want to, you're welcome to give them a website, a phone number. If anybody interested that might see the show, that might want to maybe invest in your company, or even may want to buy some bulk shades, or might want to buy one pair.
You're looking to shop my frames. They're actually going to be re-released in my new collection on the runway at the Miami Mega Fashion Expo on May 30th this month, a Saturday, from 5 to 10 p.m. I'm hosting an event on Harrisfield. But before, if you like to shop with us and check out our merchandise, it's iCandy_collection on IG, and the link to the website is there as well, www.icandyco.com. You can check out our inventory and shop our collection, check the brand out.
So they can go right now on your website and see your merchandise, what you're selling?
Yes.
So let me ask you, what if someone reach out to you and want you to design a special custom pair of sunglasses for them?
They can go to the website, to the custom order section of the website, and it allows them to specify the different like designs they want, from whether they want a name or jewels. And then I also reach out to those individuals that are looking to do custom orders so we can clarify the details. And it takes me about 7 to 10 business days to have it done.
Okay, so I already see now. I got to order me a pair for when I go on my cruise. I love going on a
Definitely.
cruise, right?
I got a few men's selections.
Yeah, I got to order me a pair so when I go to Nassau or someplace I could put on my little shades and
Okay,
stuff
what
and
you gonna
be.
get Leroy on the side? Or you... I'll hook you up. I don't know why they bring a pair today. I wasn't even thinking. I could have blessed you with a pair of shades so you can
No,
rock
no,
my
I want to
men's
buy. I
selection.
want to invest in your company, so I want to buy some. I don't want you
Okay,
to give me
so you
anything.
gotta
You a
check me
small
out.
business. I want to patronize you and purchase me a
I
pair of
appreciate that.
customized shades.
So
Okay,
when we end the show, I'm gonna send you the link so you can shop.
do that. Do that.
Okay.
So, tell me how is business you being in the Richmond Heights area now since it's growing a little bit. How is
I'm in
what's the
Homestead.
changes in Homestead? What's the changes in Homestead now? Is it
Um,
any change
I
that is that's for the better for your company?
To me, I'm a home online base,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like I'm more centered around social media being like my biggest outlet to get sales. I use social media leverage. Like I post my stuff. When I look around the community, I do see it growing. I see the neighborhood developing for small business owners. I do think like just from attending different city hall meetings and things and looking at the floor plan for the near future, I think like I see myself eye candy collection being a department store. Like I see it expanding from just not being an eyewear because my mission, my slogan is helping you see clearly to a brighter future. And I think long term everything I do, and I think in the long term it's gonna be a department store. And I was like, maybe I'll end up on Chrome Avenue. If the expectations of Homestead gets to where I see them taking it, and building up. We don't have a real solid like mall. We have the Florida City outlet, but each mall brings different qualities and
Right.
stuff. So we need something centerfold we can shop. There's only a few little boutiques around town. You got to shop at the same ones. We don't have a variety. So I was like, maybe I'll have a department store that'll feature different other eye candy collections, like things that are candy to the eye, nice fashions, other brands. Be like the next Macy's, our Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, Saks, and build up a platform that is up and coming for the next gen. I feel like I'm the next generation. So everybody those other stores have been around for a long time, and it's time for change.
So let me ask you: do you have any now? God rest your sister soul since she passed. Do you have anybody else now that helps you out that gives you some creative ideas that could give you some concepts?
I'm on my own, and that's been the biggest challenge on this journey
Mm-hmm.
is doing a project that's big
Yeah,
and is bigger than me.
bigger than you.
So connecting with different people and taking their constructive criticism, insights has been very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I realized that the other day when I was dealing with a few people that I featured in my event, and they were draining me, my energy, and I was taking everybody inside. I'm like, dang, I don't got my sister here. I don't usually take everybody's opinion and advice, and it's like my number one person that I go to and hear. So I found myself um allowing certain people to access me or get in my ear that shouldn't even have get that close to me. And I was like, okay, I don't have my support team. I'm building my team. The few people that are helping me are in Atlanta. They're more like the people that run my website and do my flyers. But here in Miami, like I'm doing it by myself.
So you got to find some solution to block the noise out, right?
Truly.
Yeah,
And I do connect with my local resource centers,
okay.
like the District 8 and District 9 offices. I figure they call it by, is it by
The
Nana?
Accelerate South Dade
Yeah,
office in
offices.
District 8
I
and the
connect with
Richmond
them.
Heights
Yeah, I do a lot of
Center.
connecting with them. I try to
You
keep
do?
the business. You
Okay.
always need that mentor, somebody that you can talk to personally, and
Okay.
but they are very resourceful and helpful. I can
Okay.
go
So
by and visit them.
I'm happy to know that because
Mhm.
Nana is both of those offices are ran by
Affiliated. Hmm.
Nana. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's our staff.
Mm.
Shout out to Miss Mallory,
Mallory,
Miss
Tamika,
Miss Tamika,
Kelly.
and Miss Kelly, right?
Yes,
So they've
yes.
been helping you.
Very helpful. Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. So let me ask you. So the way you see, I know you say you see yourself being in a mall, right?
Being the mall.
Being the mall yourself.
Creating the mall.
Ooh,
Being the next big department
that's
store.
dreaming. I like dreaming big. That's dream big. That's good. That's good. You see that.
'Cause I don't want to be a small boutique. Like, that's not the goal. I don't want to just have a sunglass boutique and selling sunglasses. I want to expand my brand and then expand others, connect with other brands.
You want to expand your brand.
Expand my brand, and I want to help other small brands expand theirs. Give them, because it seems hard to get a part of these other big stores. And it's like, okay, we need to open up a new door people can walk in and make it more, accessible.
So, since I know we talked about COVID earlier, what the bad side of COVID was that a lot of people fell ill, a lot of people passed away, a lot of people lost things, businesses, homes, and sense of smell, sense of taste. So it affected people differently based on their immune system, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, some people that had COVID now can't even taste what they eat anymore.
Oh,
right?
That's real.
Yeah. So, but a good thing. So it's always a yin and a yang. It's always a good and a bad. Everything like a positive and negative.
Yeah,
right?
Everything happens for a reason. Right. It's like, I feel like COVID is definitely part of the history, and it came to, you have to, like, it came to rebirth something new. I feel like old things die waiting for new things. It did,
and some new things are coming, right?
And a lot of people birthed their businesses during COVID, expanded it, or just went more hard. When the world shut down, we didn't know what to do. We started hustling all over the place.
Making a way, right?
Yeah, being
creative, right?
Exactly.
Like podcasts. I don't remember.
I started mine
doing COVID, right? Like the Zoom and things like that.
Everything took off.
Like it's so many things came out of that.
Truly.
So many bad things happened, but so many good, positive, creative things came out of that. And one of the positive, creative things now, like almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can go on some internet engine or some search engine and find somebody offering training for small businesses, right? And in most cases, it's free.
Right. In some cases, a lot of trainers I find, they charge, but it's a lot of more programs you don't have to go to school for. You can go and get one-on-one training or mentorship from people with their own experience in the field and pay them. I offer a lot of my services for free, but then I started to charge because I realized the game ain't free and everybody don't appreciate it. And I was accessing the resources from the local offices and sharing them with my friends that have small businesses. I do it to this day. And then I realized, like, everybody don't appreciate you. You're gonna sow seeds in areas, and you gotta understand you might not get it back from the people you sow it in. But God gonna send strangers, people from other places, pour back into you. And I do a lot of that. And I just started recently charging those people that I was helping because I realized they ain't going to help me.
Right.
So why keep helping them? So I charge a small service fee to do one-on-one business help and mentorship from the knowledge and experience and level that I have. So I helped a lot of businesses, from hairdressers to friends that open their own food businesses, notaries, different people. Like, I can't even think. My ex-friend just started her own fashion business, and I was like proud of her for that. But then you realize you help people, and this is a competitive thing, so I'm gravitating more to the youth. I just filed my own nonprofit. It should be active. I gotta go check in on that stuff.
Okay.
It's called Yes, I'm Next, Young Entrepreneur Society, and I'm gonna uplift the younger generation. I feel like sometimes you can't teach people your age. And I think my mission is going to be more for the youth, like it started from the Candy Lady.
Because they think they know everything.
Yeah, they think they know more.
Yeah.
They can need your help. They want to act like they know more than you.
Yeah.
I challenge you. Or sometimes it's like people are stuck in their ways at a certain age. You gotta be a different type of skilled person to help develop.
You gotta know when it's time to move on. Like you'll recognize that signal when it's time for you to let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I got the signal.
You don't want to waste time, because time is money and time is precious. So here's one thing I want to give you to consider. Why don't you consider seeing if you can find maybe 3 people that will serve on an advisory board for you that will act as a sounding board that you can take your ideals to, that they can help you build your ideas on. Why don't you think about that? Okay, because I think that'll help you.
Yeah,
right?
truly. Yeah.
And especially people that's knowledgeable in the fashion field to fill you in, right?
Truly.
But also have somebody that got some financial background, right? That can research stuff for you and make sure your stuff is documented the way it should, right? So you can get where you can get everything out of it that you should get out of it. Okay.
I see that.
Yeah. So find somebody that's good in research, right? That can research stuff for you. Somebody that's good, that got a financial background, and somebody that's good and know a lot about fashion, right? And see if you can get 3 people that will volunteer their time, even if it's just once a month or once every other week.
And commit to
an hour meeting, commit to, because I'm a strong believer that anything over an hour is too doggone long.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's just talking over. Span is short now, right? Because time is, because look, man, you know, the older you get, the faster time go by.
Truly. Trust me, I've been racing with time all day. I'm like, I ain't got enough hours doing business days.
But it's the same hours, the same seconds, the same minutes. But for some reason, the older you get, it seems like time just move rapidly, right? And as soon as you wake up, now it's time to go back to bed.
Yeah, it's like a routine.
We already in May.
I be feeling like if I don't get out the door by 10 a.m., my day is wasted.
You don't miss the whole day, right?
To get to certain things and get stuff done. So
for real.
I agree.
So here's another thing I want to give you. If you don't do it already, so I think this will help me get to where I'm at, is that every night I will write down things that I needed to do the next day, so that I don't forget nothing.
Yeah.
And as I go, I scratch them off. I can show you on my phone right now.
I got a whole bunch of
now I do it. Now I talk it in my phone. But let me show you what I'm saying.
I got to put it on paper still, because I let the phone go dead and forget the alarm to go off and get it done. But I agree. I think it's power when you put stuff on paper.
So this my day. That's everything I got to do today.
Yeah.
And as I go, I started erasing them.
Okay.
And as I go, I started add more things to it
that you have to get done.
Okay. That way you don't
forget stuff.
You don't forget stuff. You don't forget what you need to do that day, and you don't forget new ideas or new things that come up on the day. You will never get to zero. You'll never cross it all out, because as you're going through the day, your mind going to spark other things based on who you're talking to and where you're going.
Yeah, true.
So that right there, I think that was my strong.
Exactly. Being organized with your thoughts. Yeah, I done had those days was like, I can't remember what I was supposed to do, which one to go first.
Right.
And then it's like, I got to write it on the paper and be like, go do this today, do that. And the phone is helpful, but I give me a paper.
So I promise you, I do it both ways. I do it both ways, on the paper and on the phone.
I agree. Yeah.
So that's, I mean, that's so very helpful. You know, where you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where you see eye candy collection in the next 5 years?
I see myself being a department store.
I
see myself being a multi-billionaire.
Okay.
I don't think $1 million enough, and I see myself developing young millionaires and young leaders and entrepreneurs, and just being able to give back to the community and help, build generational wealth. It's not for my kids, but for someone else's generation, the next. That's where I see myself. Seeing myself sitting at the top of the food chain and just being that change and that example that I see the community assisting, supporting people in ways that I see it lacking in the communities. So that's where I see myself being the change in the next 5 years that the community needs.
So you know what? Let's talk a little bit about your event that you got coming up. I know you got an event coming up this month.
Yeah, it's on May 30th.
Okay.
It's a multicultural event. It's to uplift the community of arts and design, and it's going to be a runway show that evening featuring fashion brands. My company, I have like about 4 other fashion brands, art. It's a guy. I mean, his company is called Art Dealer. He's coming from Houston, Tech. Not he's coming from Texas. He's coming from. I'm not going to try to figure out where he's coming from. Texas. The other girl, she's coming from Alabama. She has a company, a fashion brand called Raw. Another young lady, she's from Miami. She has a custom collection called Generational Fashion. Who else? I'm partnering with a guy who has his own fashion brand, Top Five. He does a lot of community events.
So let me ask you: is this a paid event where people have to pay to come?
Yeah.
Okay, well, say
It is a
that.
paid event.
Okay.
They're gonna have to pay entry to get in the fashion show.
Okay, so how do they get the information if they want to pay online, or if they want to call, if they want to
Miami
Cash App?
Mega _Fashion Expo on Instagram. The website is www.miamimmfe.com. I hope that's right. It might be Miami Mega Fashion. So you type it in, you're gonna find us on IG or on the website on Google search.
Okay.
Our website should come up, Miami Mega Fashion Expo. You can get tickets on the website or Eventbrite. Or if you DM us on IG, we have local pickup and drop off ticket sales for flat rate prices. Right now, the tickets are $35 admission for general and $60 for VIP. This is going to be a night of elegance and excellence. I think this event is going to be an ultimate networking hub to unite like-minded people within the field of arts and fashion. We have a lot of celebrity guests that's going to be in the building, from Super Cindy, Jay Fresh from 99 Gems, our local artists, Mike Smith, Tierra Trinise. I have a nice little lineup. A major theatrical designer, Kiki. She makes amazing art and performances combined together, and it's going to be a lovely event. And a lot of local business owners. I have over 38 vendors that'll be out there, from food to fashion, plants, fragrances. A young girl with her company called Rich Smells, and I can't wait to smell her fragrance. A lot of vendors, so I'm excited. Even like a artist that does, like, I think it's called Hannah Art or something like that.
Okay.
Where they do the washable tattoos.
Okay.
So it's going to be a nice cultural arts event.
Okay.
And it's going to be Saturday from 5 to 10:30 p.m. May 30th.
May 30th.
Yeah.
So we out of time, but maybe we can have you back on the show again.
Definitely.
Before the event. Okay. So you can put it out there again. Okay. So I want to thank you for taking the time to come on this show.
Appreciate you guys for having me.
I pray that Eye Candy Collection become a billion dollar company, corporation, like you said, and has its own mega mall.
Truly. Yes,
so I pray that it happen. Okay,
definitely.
So again, my name is Leroy Jones. Thank you for tuning in to Nana Talk,